Hey YouTube! Today I wanted to answer some general beginner questions about the sport of Olympic weightlifting. So whether you're somebody who's considering maybe getting started or trying it or not really sure what it is, or somebody who's just genuinely curious to learn more about it, I hope you find this video useful. So the first thing that I learned when I went to my first weightlifting certification / seminar was that there is something called a women's bar. I know, shocking that I did all this research beforehand, thought I knew what I was getting myself into, and then when I got to the actual seminar, I was sharing a bar with somebody because there weren't enough, and I was like, why does this bar feel so much thinner? And I didn't want to ask and just sound like completely stupid. So I finally realized at some point that there is such thing as a women's bar, and the women's bar is thinner because in Olympic weightlifting you do have to hook grip because that helps you to grip the bar a lot tighter. Chalk helps, but again, like it also helps with the transition under the bar, things like that. So yes, hook grip. So if you're a girl, you should be using a women's bar. It is about 33 pounds or 15 kg. And a lot of people will tell you, or I've heard, that if you're strong enough to use a 45-pound bar, then there's no need for a women's bar, which that's not true. They must be somebody that doesn't really know about the sport. So yes, there is such thing as a women's bar. So kind of going off of that topic, there actually are barbells that are meant for weightlifting and then just your standard barbell. The easiest way to figure out if it truly is a weightlifting bar is if it doesn't have that knurling in the middle. And the knurling is that rough part of the barbell that usually would be like right here if you were to front squat. And so obviously if you're catching a clean, you're gonna catch it like this, and you don't want that part to scrape up your neck. So as I sit here and I keep saying the term weightlifting, I just remembered one other quick thing. Weightlifting actually technically refers to the sport of Olympic weightlifting. A lot of people call it OLE and will say weightlifting as just a general term for any type of lifting weights, but what is the difference between a power clean or power snatch and a full clean or power snatch? The only difference is where you catch or receive the bar. So if you catch it anywhere and your squat is above parallel or at parallel, it's a power. If you catch it below parallel, it's a full. So which lift is easier to learn, the snatch or the clean? That really depends on what you're already good at. If you're already really great with overhead squats and you have good shoulder mobility, then the snatch is probably what I would recommend you learning first. I've been to seminars where they teach the snatch first, and I've also been to ones where they teach the clean first. So if you have a great front squat, good front rack position, then start with the clean. But essentially they're the exact same lift. A snatch is just a clean that you catch overhead. So the last thing I wanted to touch on is the jerk, and there are three types of jerks. There is the split jerk, which is the most common one that you would see, the squat jerk, and the power jerk. The only one that I would suggest you really taking a look at is the split jerk, because the others are not as commonly used, and I'll probably make a whole separate video on that. But yes, so the split jerk is when you jerk the bar and one foot goes forward and the other foot goes back. And the reason that I even wanted to talk about this is because a really common question is which foot should go forward, and that again depends on you. So I usually do this test, which is not exactly foolproof, but I'll kind of just tell someone to stand in front of me and then I'll push them, and whichever foot they bring forward to kind of try to catch themselves would be their leading foot, and then I would just be like, okay, so you should probably jerk with that foot going forward. Alright, that's all I have for you guys for now. I hope I didn't miss any topic, but if I did, again, please let me know, and I hope you found this video useful. I will see you next time. Peace out!